Like, I couldn't even hear my own thoughts anymore. And I was just like, I got to do something big. So I put him up top. And that one mistake is what cost me. One growing shot, one top rope fast 38 brainbuster. 3 seconds later, I was retired from the business of pro wrestling.
Unbelievable. I mean, and when we get back, I want you to say your final words, your final opportunity to say anything that you got to say towards the wrestling community, the wrestling fans, the wrestling world in general, and everything like that. And we'll come back with our Royal Rumble predictions. All right, stay tuned for more of the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com.
GoMileHigh.com. Go Mile High.
What's better than watching the UFC at home? Watching the UFC at Hooters. Join myself, Chi-Town Luke, and the rest of the MMA Uncensored crew this Saturday night, January 28th, for UFC on Fox 2 at Hooters, off Parker and Havana Road. Get there early to catch MMA Uncensored broadcast live before the Fox card gets underway. Watch the UFC light heavyweight #1 contender matchup between Sugar Rashad Evans and Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis, and a middleweight #1 contender fight between Chael Sonnen and England's Michael the Count Bisbee, all while enjoying your favorite wings and women. Hooters, 2610 South Parker Road in Aurora, this Saturday night, January 28th. Come get some with MMA Uncensored.
Go Mile High. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com.
Welcome to the Press Box.
You basically trade away Jay Cutler for Kyle Orton and some draft picks, and then you draft a quarterback?
Recorded live in Lakewood, Colorado, the Press Box is your source for online sports news and updates.
I just had an awesome thought on the radio right there. That was just great.
Daily, 3 to 5 p.m.
You can say yourself.
I mean,
take it easy out.
Yeah, I am probably the best player.
1, your roof collapses. 2, Hurricane Katrina. 3, terrorist attacks. And then 4, light.
The Press Box, 3 to 5 p.m. on GoMileHigh.com.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
You remember that ball game we went to a couple years ago?
Sure.
And how you didn't have enough cash for 2 hot dogs, so you walked with me on your shoulders until we found an ATM? And then when we got back to our seats, we never saw the hot dog guy again.
Well, I don't remember all that.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
You never know which moments will be the ones they'll remember forever, so take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is the gold standard Michael Madoff. You're listening to the Rocky Mountain Mouth Michael Titus Show on GoMileHigh.com. Bank.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Michael Titus Show on GoMileHigh.com. I'm sitting here with my very special guest, Trajan Ender, the one and the only countercultural superhero, and his legacy, his career came to an end Sunday night against Lonnie Valdez. 3 years in the making. Lonnie Valdez disappears, takes a hiatus, he comes back and picks up really where he left off. And Trajan Ender did what he could. Was a hard-fought battle, did everything, threw everything he had, his entire arsenal at him, and it just wasn't good enough. And even with the outside interference, it still did not pull any sway. It didn't cause any distractions, and that's exactly what happened. And so we'll get to the Royal Rumble predictions now, and then before we end the show, I'm going to let him say his piece and whatever else he wants to say regarding his career, what's to come for him, and what his synopsis of everything and how he feels on the whole entire situation. But as the Royal Rumble, I've there's a lot of things. The people that has the most Royal Rumble victories, of course, is Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's had 3 of them. Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels are tied at 2. And you've got a Royal Rumble. The shortest one was in 1988, and that was 33 minutes. The longest one was last year, of course, because there was 40 participants over an hour and 10 minutes. Rey Mysterio is the longest guy to stay in a Royal Rumble match, 1 hour and 2 minutes. Santino Marella goes down as the shortest in-ring time in a single Royal Rumble ever, 1 second.
Really?
He's even shorter than the Warlord, who had 2 seconds.
2 seconds, yeah.
And Kane has had the most eliminations. Shawn Michaels has had the most eliminations in cumulative, all of his Royal Rumble matches, which were 41. Kane has been in 13 Royal Rumbles. You have Viscera. It took 8 guys to eliminate Viscera. It took only 5 for Earthquake, and it took 8 for Viscera.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Poor Tenta.
And number 27, the number 27 spot has been the most lucky for everybody. Big John Studd won it, Yokozuna, Bret Hart, and even Austin. When they drew that number, that's when they were able to win the Royal Rumble match. Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the very first one. back in 1988, and then, of course, Alberto Del Rio won last year, and he was on a winning streak. But this is the first year where we don't really know who's going to be the winner. And I've put out a question on Facebook and some people's predictions. Amy Jones says that she thinks it's going to be the Great White Sheamus is going to win this year.
I've heard that before.
Derek Giannetti, the wrestling sensation all the way out from Utah, he says it's going to be Chris Jericho. Mm-hmm. Eric Angel thinks it's going to be CM Punk, even though CM Punk has a title match against Dolph Ziggler with John Laurinaitis as the special guest referee. He thinks CM Punk will be one of the entrants in the Royal Rumble, and he's going to win it. Sam Udell thinks he's a special funny guy, so he said it's going to be Ox Baker.
Oh, I was expecting him to say Lex Luger.
He was going to say some off-the-wall thing, but Ox Baker is really off the wall. I mean, Ox Baker, nobody's talked about him for probably 30 years. And then you have Jesse Baz. He thinks it's going to be The Undertaker. He thinks The Undertaker is going to make his return at the Royal Rumble. Tyler Bebop, better known as Aunt Lulu, thinks it's going to be Randy Orton. But I wanted to get your reaction. Who do you think it's going to be?
Honestly, I think it's going to be Chris Jericho. I know a lot of people are saying CM Punk's going to drop the belt at some point in time, but I think it's going to be Punk and Jericho as the main event, WrestleMania.
I would concur with that. I really believe that Chris Jericho, all this build-up, all this hype around him, I don't think it's going to be wasted by not letting him win the Royal Rumble.
There's a lot of unexplained things about those promos that they haven't even tapped into with that little girl in the promos. I think something that's going to show up at the Rumble.
Absolutely. And before I let everything go and have Trajan Ender say his final piece, I want you all to know that this Saturday night, it's going to be the final ACW Underground show. We're going to have the Asylum Rumble the night before the Royal Rumble. It's going to be 15 participants. 14 out of them are all gunning to take care of Tommy LaCroix. Mr. Deluxe himself, they want to obliterate him. They want to take his title away from him. So you're going to have to find out who is going to get the luxury and the privilege of being named the last Underground champion. Stay tuned for everything that's right here on GoMileHigh.com. On the Pitch is up next with Dave and Ronnie. Take us away, Trajan Ender. Thank you.
I just want to thank every single person that has ever supported independent wrestling at some point in their life. It's one of those things where it becomes more of a hobby and a pastime for a lot of us. I know we all had delusions of grandeur that we were going to make it big time in this business and make lots of money. But the reality is a very small percentage ever gets to say that they made a living from professional wrestling. And I want everybody to know that I feel like I tried hard, but you can always try harder to make your dreams happen. You can make it a reality to do everything that you can in this business to become a superstar, and that's every aspect of wrestling. If you think right now that you're good enough, work that much harder and be better than every single person that you've ever idolized, because it's not an easy business to get in. It's even harder business to stay in. And I just want everybody to know that I loved my time in it. I appreciate every single fan comment, every single fan that's ever came to any show of ours, and that I'm going to have a great life with Miss Leisure. And thank you once again to everybody. Have a good one, and keep partying.
Live streaming sports and lifestyle, sonically and visually. GoMileHigh.com.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Sarah. What's up?
Nothing much. You?
Trying to listen to some sports talk radio. I can't hear a word.
Here, let me help. Give me your Mac. And pass the chips, too. Okay, so go to GoMile. Wait. How do you even work these Macs?
Wow, Sarah. You got to use 2 fingers to scroll.
I got it. Okay, so like I was saying, go to GoMileHigh.com.
GoMileHigh.com, you say?
Yeah, they have everything. Tons of sports shows, and on the website there are show schedules, a listen live button, links to their Facebook pages, and even a webcam.
Whoa, I can actually see them?
Seeming that you own a Mac, I thought you would know that.
Hey, don't go all Nancy Drew on me. I knew that.
Yeah, but check it out. It's on crystal clear internet radio, so no more issues.
Wow, thanks, Sarah.
Yep, I'll see you later.
Yeah, thanks. Wait, where did my chips go?
The wave of the future is here. Don't get left behind. Listen to GoMileHigh.com.
What's more fun than a cowgirl with an hour of free time on her hands? They've got this fantastic athletic creature.
The Corral.
It was the 4th straight year that this 7-year-old Bay Gelding has carried a cowboy to the Guyman victory. They're treating this horse good, and he's trying to bug those cowboys off, and he's doing it with style, and they're winning. I'd just like to go pet that horse and tell him how cool I think he is.
The Corral with Kelly Brogan, weekday evenings 6 to 7 on Go Mile High. GoMileHigh.com.